All right, here we go.
Here we go. Welcoming to the Stay Awake Squadcast. Chiptune artist, C's off, soft.
What's up? What's up? What's up, man?
The Z is silent.
Yeah, it's just soft.
It's just soft.
Yep,
What's up, man? How you doing?
not much. I'm over at my buddy Steve's house. Liz is here.
You got
Got
some
the whole
squad back there? Yeah, what
crew.
up, Steve?
Yeah. Says, "What's up, Steve?" Uh,
I see you're set up in the kitchen there.
yeah, I'm on top of Steve's record player. Just, so just wanted to be with everybody. So, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Been super
Yeah,
good. Staying
yeah.
busy. Doing lots of streams.
You got to, can't be fucking just wasting your time.
With all this time that we've been given, I talked to you a little bit earlier, and you're like, "Oh, the way my life is now, I haven't had as much time to put my love into making music and stuff and all that." But
Yep.
this has been the best time to do it. Like for me,
I
everything
know,
flipped around where I finally had time. I finally had time to
right?
make whatever I wanted to happen.
Yep, yeah. I think, a lot of people get caught up with their daily routine, and now that it's like this, it's like, fuck am I gonna do with all this free time? It's like, I don't know. I try to do whatever I could to make more money, honestly.
And we were talking a little bit about that earlier. Didn't touch too much on it. Like streaming now, like doing what you do streaming, it would be awesome. You get to build a community. You can't do live shows. You used to do live shows, but that's not really a thing anymore, at
Yeah,
least right now.
yeah. Um, I think it comes hand in hand with like a lot of the people that inspire me now. It's like they come to the table with the whole. They got visuals, they got music, they got it all. And then, Danger's the big guy now where he's like making whole virtual. It's like you're playing a video game, but you're watching his live performance. It's fucking sick. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's super cool. Adding the visual aspect to it. I was just showing one of your videos. You've done that before, where you have the visuals and stuff.
yep, yep. Yeah, and I do kind of do like chop shop where I made myself like I wanted to promote my music and I didn't know where to start the modern like approach, Bandcamp and all of that, So
Right, the
uh,
way to bring your music to people. Like, how
right,
are you gonna do that?
right. So I was just like, I want a like crisp logo that's gonna catch the eye. I'm gonna take some milk. Hold up. And I thought, it's like everybody's on their phone. Like I kind of grew up watching like Adult Swim and shit. And
Hey, cheers, man. A little milk and
cheers.
Miller Lite.
Yeah. And it's like
Yeah, Adult
experiencing
Swim.
like 15-minute episodes where you're
Yep.
just like blah blah blah. And it's like people got their phones now. It's like I'm gonna make 1-minute videos, kind of like emotionally depicting what I want my music to make you feel like. And
That's smart, dude,
but
because
yeah,
people are
yeah,
so fast just scrolling through videos. Like you
something
gotta,
catches your eye, catches your ear, you're gonna
yeah,
stick
you
on.
gotta. People have short attention spans. Like, oh, I want to watch that dope thing for like 2 minutes, and then I'm done.
Well, I'm that way, It's like
Yeah.
shit. So I'm kind of catering my own ideology, addiction shit, whatever. But
Well, I mean, you gotta move with the times.
yeah.
You gotta
And I
stay with
saw,
it.
it's like I see the way people that that I kind of idolize, kind of leaning that direction. It's like honestly, I just kind of replicated what they were doing. But
Well, that's what everybody does, man, especially in music and everything. Like, everything comes from somebody else who was influenced by something else.
yeah,
The people you're influenced by were influenced by the previous people to do it or whatever.
yeah. So yeah, and I just like made myself. I was like, make one post every day, like bomb hashtags, whatever it takes to get people to just catch your eye or catch your ear or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So that was my focus, and then it kind of just took off from there. Stuck with it. It's worked.
One second.
Hmm.
Um, so today you're gonna be able to run us down what it takes to make chip tunes, dude. Because
All
that's
right.
something I feel like that's something like me and a lot of people don't like. I don't understand. Like, and you've showed me, but like, how do you record on a fucking Game Boy? How do you like?
There's a couple ways, and honestly, it's not difficult. I think the production side of it is where it starts to kind of like bend your brain a little bit. But yeah, it's like I got into it. I didn't know what it was, who was making it, how they were making it. No thanks, man. Um, and I saw there was a documentary on like Hulu years ago, and to me, I got introduced through it from circuit bending, where people were cracking open, Fisher Price toys or whatever, and putting in, MIDI DIN connectors, shit like that, and then syncing them with, modular setups and all that. But in the middle of it, I caught, these people performing music with a Game Boy, and the visuals were made with Nintendos and all this shit. It was exact verbatim. It's a synesthetic relationship where
Hmm.
it's like you're in that environment. And at first, I was kind of like, what is this fucking video game soundtracks or some shit that somebody ripped? And then I
Pretty
couldn't even,
much.
yeah, I couldn't even tell you how I figured it out, but it was real artists, and they were using old video game machines to make music. So there's two big avenues if you want like the most compact, organized setup, and that's either LSDJ or Nano Loop on a Game Boy. You can emulate that, but really the way to go is get cartridges. Nano Loop are pre-programmed on cartridges.
So
I
all the
think
sounds and shit come on the cartridge.
no, no, no. There's microchips, and this is where I'm completely ignorant to like the science and technology of it all, but there's like microchips in the Game Boy that are native to it that produce the sounds. And basically, this guy made a program. The most common one I use is called LSDJ. It stands for Little Sound DJ, and it allows you to control each chip individually through pulse channels, wave channels, and noise channels. So it's like the first one would be your lead guitar, second one backup guitar, third one would be bass, and the fourth one would be like white noise. And really, all you can do is like hi hat and snare. There are people that do crazy shit with each channel individually, but using all four together, you can make these tunes. And they're not really songs because you can't like. There are songs, but you write like full notes. You have to do a lot of like trickery to make
Yeah.
things sound layered. And then Nano Loop, I really don't know much about Nano Loop. I didn't get into it, but I think it's sample based. I don't know. I don't know shit about Nano Loop. But they're both trackers. They're both unique in their own way. I would, from my understanding, I would argue that LSDJ has more like raw control out. It's more like sound engineering. Where if I want to build a decent sounding bass kick, um, I would I would take a raw bass tone and pitch bend it with um, an effect command in the program to manipulate a raw bass tone into sounding like a thick,
Yeah.
thumpy, quick, punchy, bass kick. And so you end up, you have to learn how to approach these, goals that you want to achieve in this program. But that's where it gets really screwy. It's written in hexadecimal code, and it gets really weird. Where Nano Loop, I think, is more approachable. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of like Fruity Loops over Ableton discussion
Right.
for
Right.
modern people. But yeah, so I got into it, and it out that LSDJ when I got into it was like I don't know,
And
artist.
how long have you been doing it?
Me, about 4 years, five
Oh,
years.
you've only been doing it for 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I got into it like 2006. I found out the whole package, how people were doing it,
But
and
you
ever
only
since,
started doing it in like
yep,
2016?
yep. And I just kind of like, like I said, it took me a while to figure out how they were doing it, and it was daunting. I was like, how the fuck am I going to accomplish this?
Mm-hmm.
So, long story short, with LSDJ, you buy like an aftermarket cartridge that you can put your own ROMs on. And this LSDJ program runs as a ROM, has save sections and blah 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 blah. But a lot of people it that comes with a lot of problems. The Game Boy malfunctions after you modify it, put lights in it. You can overclock it, tons of shit. So a lot of people lean towards using the same program emulated on a computer,
Yeah.
usually a program called BGB.
But that takes
Uh,
away the fucking aesthetic, dude.
it takes away and a lot of people will get down to it, then say like, original Game Boy sounds better than the Game Boy Color, or the Game Boy
Now
Advanced
that's
XP.
weird.
Well, and it's true. I've tried them all, and
Can you
definitely,
mix them? Can you have Game Boy Color with Game Boy sounds on
yeah,
one track?
and absolutely, they have their advantages and disadvantages. Where the sound quality is better on the DMG Big Boy, but the processing power is better on like a Color or an SP. So if I was gonna do some like heavy programming, a lot of like layered vibrato effects, we'll say, I would do that on the SP and MIDI link it to my main Game Boy, um, and use that as the master to send the signal so it doesn't fucking just put all the pressure on the DMG itself.
It does
But
sound daunting. It sounds like so much like
it's pretty insane. If I want to write full chords, I need two Game Boys. That's 16 tracker channels I have to write individually. It's like, which I want to do, and I always say I will, but it is. You get to that point where you're like, I have to pre-program 16 channels worth
yeah.
of 16 step.
And can you loop shit or like can you be like, all right, copy and paste like
Yeah,
if
you
you could
has all that functionality. You can open up space
like
in your.
right on the Game Boy, you can do all
Yep,
this.
yep, absolutely. Yep.
And you've shown me before where you have to scroll through and pick like a D minor or something 17th, like what the fuck, dude? There's so much to it.
X measure, blah blah. Yeah, yeah.
So
You have.
fucking weird.
It's like
It's
old
not
school.
just making music. This is like beyond just like picking up a guitar and being like, all right, I'm gonna play these notes.
Well, yeah. I mean, and for me, it's like, admittedly, I'm completely music. I'm just so ignorant. Like, everything's done by ear. I took percussion lessons in school. I never learned scales or any of that. So, for me, doing it all by ear is definitely the approach I was looking for, and that's, I feel like, why I enjoy it so much. Plus, it's like, it's fucking badass. Like,
It
I'm
is.
writing
It's so badass.
nasty bass lines.
Oh, they're so heavy, dude. I've heard some of your shit. It's basically metal, but video game music.
I've heard people say that too. Yeah, I definitely have that approach and influence too. So
Yeah,
it's like,
you're a metal kid, right? You were into that scene.
oh yeah, absolutely, still am. Just bought a Pantera record
I
today.
saw that. I saw that.
Yeah,
Nice, dude. Yeah, that's what's up.
yeah. Mhm.
You don't play guitar or anything? You never did?
No, I have. I played drums. I played guitar. I'm awful. Like barely surviving rhythm guitarist. Because
Yeah.
again, like, I don't know. I can't tune a guitar, but I can write some. I can write some pretty sick doom metal riffs. I'll give myself that much
Right,
credit.
dude. I mean,
You know.
it's like a skateboard. There's no wrong or right way to do it. Like,
And you know, I mean, even my chip tunes, and it's not great, but it's definitely like how I want chip tunes to sound.
what do you mean it's not great? That shit's heavy. I was listening to Keep Us Safe, dude. Like that song hits so hard, dude.
That's
I
actually a secret remix from my favorite chip tunes artist of all
Yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah. The
Right.
Eltron or whatever.
Yeah, that's the guy. He's the one.
And Black Water, that's the one I just listened to. That shit goes hard. Did you write that whole thing?
No, actually, Soft is a two-piece, and we're broken up, or it's not really like that. But he doesn't. We don't live in the same area anymore.
Right.
Just he wants to write more computer, dot. related music, and he's awesome. He's fucking sick. He's, the whole operation that we had is I knew how to mod Game Boys, and I knew the LSDJ programming, I'll say. And Mike actually knows how to write music. His name's Mike Abramchik. He's fucking awesome. He goes by Microsoft Microwave on SoundCloud. Um, yeah, so we had this duality where he was kind of helping me get a lock on how to, kind of get my music across through this program in a way that I can understand it, and to him, how he can get more in tune with the programming. So it was a lot of fun. It was kind of like this super inclusive, like we got into it together, and on top of that, like we went through some like tribulations trying to get just the whole thing going. And actually,
Yeah.
we started on a PSP because by the time I got into LSDJ, it was like you could pay a penny and download it. So I gave him like $5, $10 or something, downloaded it, put it on a PSP that I already had hacked, or I guess like, like light modded, soft modded, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I
Ran
remember the
a
days.
later on that. Yep, yep. And then ran LSDJ after that. Horrible sound quality. I actually released like two little EPs under a different alias with the PSP. Just my whole idea was like just write it, put it out there. You're learning. It's who gives a fuck, dude. It's just it's like
Yeah.
it's like, fuck you. You know.
No Right Answer is super good as well. As that a chiptune artist? No Right Answer.
Uh, I couldn't tell you actually. SoundCloud actually for me is kind of like my demo dump, where if I'm practicing recording or working on new material and want to
I do the
hear
same
a sound,
shit. It's
yeah,
definitely
on a
like
local.
just a rough demo I could show people.
So I don't even know that song you're talking about. Honestly, I don't
I just in my
remember.
chat somebody said No Right Answer. It looks like it might be an artist.
No
Uh,
Right Answer it's a hardcore band actually,
it's a
and I think
hardcore
I've
band.
heard the song named that too. I forget. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway,
Well, you got a fucking stogie there, bud.
yeah, I got a cigar,
You got
Cuban.
nice, dude. You got any hard liquor?
No, I don't. I don't drink.
I thought I just saw. I literally just saw you hit a Miller Lite.
Nah, man, I haven't drank in like 8 years.
Oh, I feel like I should know that. I mean, I partied with you just but like 2 years ago. I feel like I
Yeah,
would have known. Remember that time we played Smash, dude?
yeah, you
You.
fucking clowned me. It's embarrassing.
I was wondering. I was like, is he gonna admit to it on the stream if I ask him?
Oh yeah, I'll admit it. Fuck it. I mean, that used to be my game, but yeah, you made me look like a.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably pretty sloppy at this point too. I was like going and playing every week at the arcade and shit. We would always play,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah,
They
if
have
you
that
if
down at the
they
twenty
used to, they got rid of it.
cowards.
Cowards, dude. Yeah, they were. Well, I was scaring all the kids away because I'd go down there, and I don't know if you know about me, but
It's just
when I get competitive and shit goes down, I rage a little bit. I may have
yeah.
broken a controller or two there, but always my own. I always brought my
Controller?
I always brought my own controller,
Okay.
and then I'd be it'd be like in the middle of the day, and I'd be wasted, being like, fuck, and I'd turn and like there's just tons of pissed off parents staring at me, dude.
Yeah. Actually, I appreciate that flex. Like taller than me, fucking little kid. Fuck you. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
Welcome, Zenway Harmony. Thank you for making it. Welcome to the show. We're just getting started here. The conversation just beginning. Touching some
Yeah.
subjects here. I kind of lost track. I feel like I had a question to ask you, but then I started talking about throwing controllers and shit.
That kid's freak. Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously you probably have a colorful background in gaming, based off what you do. You have to obviously like that kind of shit.
You know, yeah, and I have a love-hate relationship with it, especially with music. When it comes to the music, I actually denounce the connection to video games altogether. I don't like.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to bridge that gap of like, yeah, dude, I just don't like it. I think it's cheesy and tacky, and it just like this is music, and it's I just choose to, and that probably sounds kind of like arrogant or like I'm being defensive over it. It's like a cliche thing, and it is, but
Well, that's
you
what
know,
it is. You
it
you
is what it is.
you
But
tie like a music a certain tune like oh when you hear boop boop ba doo doo boop ba doo
right,
boop 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 boo doo, you know who you're fucking thinking of, because of the tune.
right. For me, it's just it's like a nostalgia thing. I don't really like nostalgia. I think it like holds people back from a lot of things, a number of things.
Moving
But
forward, yeah, like, we
you know,
touched on this a little bit earlier. Nostalgia,
yeah,
that's what people they like music because they tie it to memories
right.
or what
And
like
I
when
get
you
it,
found it.
right? And I get it, but it's to me, it's just like that's not what it's about. Like I don't know, and to be dead honest, like I grew up being a fan of games like Final Fantasy VII, only for that story. I didn't like the Final Fantasy, kind of name most of their games, really tactics and whatever.
Yeah,
But
seven's the big one.
I've been in like a Battlefield player most of my life through and through since like Bad Company 2. It's been my jam, only jam. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Escape from Tarkov. Um, Yeah, I mean, I play video. I like Pokemon, but even then, it's like the same old fucking shit. You're getting into every year. Call of Duty. I don't like getting.
Yeah,
I
dude, I don't like the big
fresh.
AAA crazy titles anymore. I've
No,
always been that kind of person. I love gaming, but I don't love the trendy shit.
yeah, and especially now, if you were to ask me like dead right now how I feel about it, like video games are fucked, dude. They're all gonna suck from here on out. Like,
You're right, dude. They've
us-
monopolized it, dude. Like with the
it's just market.
DLCs.
Yeah, it's marketed to like bulk. Everybody's gotta like it and play it. We need to make money.
And they got to give us more money, more money.
Yeah, so I caught up with some old squad mates from Battlefield days talking about the six premiere about to come out, Battlefield 6. And I was like, I even feel like a clown being like, here it comes, because it's like it's probably gonna suck. Past couple games have had like trash releases, mad bugs.
You know what doesn't sound like it sucks? I don't know
But
if you're a fan or anything, but Back for Blood, which is technically Left for
uh,
Dead 3.
Left 4 Dead 3, yeah. Yeah, that does look pretty sweet. And the Diablo 2 remake, but even then it's like placating on some old shit that
Right,
was
it's
good.
just rehashing old shit,
Yeah,
dude. There's nothing original and new.
I'm over it, man. Like
But a lot of people could argue the same about music, It's just redoing the same old
true,
shit. No one's
true.
done anything new.
No, and I'm fine with that too because I listen to a lot of different music, and I don't
Uh-huh.
mind somebody puts a fresh take on an old spin. I find myself listening to modern DJs that are replicating like '90s trance a lot, shit like
Right.
that.
Yeah, and I find as I get older too, I'm becoming a lot more open about like, dude, any music can be good, like
Oh yeah, I listen to a lot. I listen. I don't try to hold myself back from that shit. It's like
I've been going hard on like jazz and stuff, dude. Like even jazz is crazy.
I never got big into that that realm of music.
I highly
I don't
suggest
try.
like
I'm not denouncing it.
a nice morning ride along a bay, dude, with some jazz going and a coffee. Like I highly suggest that. Smoking a cigar, dude. Like come on.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to get together afterwards. You have to show me
Yeah,
some jazz.
where's the after party tonight, dude?
I don't know. I think we're walking there together. People are probably going to start walking in here at any time. So
Oh, we're
after
going
party,
there. We're going to Steve's.
yeah, we can come here. We can go. We're
Is that what
probably
you
going to go.
said?
We're supposed to go to Connor's basement.
Oh, well, if we're going to cons, that's I can get there.
We're just going to walk home. Probably. Dude, we might be telling the whole world, "Hey guys, go to
Yeah,
Connor's
dude. Tell the
after
whole
the
party
stream."
at Connors.
Yes,
Bring in the whole Stay Awake Squad.
it's on Cass Street. I maybe shouldn't have said that.
No, I don't think the viewers in Sweden and in Australia, people watch this right now, are gonna make it.
Yeah.
The people in LA and
Fuck, I wish
Texas,
they
where all my viewers are from.
Yeah. You want to hit this cigar,
I
Joe?
would love to. I'm actually packing up some herbage here to
You smoke
at least
weed?
smoke with you. You smoke weed? Well, and we fully disclose that the place where we live is 100% recreational marijuana smoking, so I
But
can
our
do this legally on stream.
but our city is gatekeeping on recreational dispensaries. It's getting
That's crazy.
it's getting pretty heated. People are trying to push it pretty hard. But whatever.
I appreciate where you're coming from about advancing music by pushing boundaries, but I think that at the end of the day, rhythm is what creates community, brings people together.
Couldn't agree more.
Absolutely, Wilfin, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I was
Cheers.
talking about that with Buddha on the last episode about how like it's been 1 week since you looked at me. No, seriously, it's been 20 plus years since like the new thing. There's been like no new era of like, if you go through each decade, there was something new, something crazy that people were doing, new and different. But once it hit 2000, like yeah, well, there's like a lot of electronic music and whatever, but like nothing new has come out.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of just genre mashing took place and has been taking
Yeah, like mixing like pop with like heavy ass metal, like
a lot. Yeah,
rap
actually,
with country.
I got to listen to some pretty. I'll admit stuff that I don't like and at work, and it's like, dude, yeah, I'm hearing the shit. It's like dubstep, punk rock,
Yeah.
hardcore, black metal, like. But yeah, then there's like sections that are just like straight 4/4, like techno. I'm like, what is this? What is
Yeah, like you just went through like 5 or 6 genres in one song.
well, and none of it's good. It's like, why don't you pick one of those parts and
And it's
do it?
bands who used to do it good. It's people who like you've always made good music. Like why don't you just keep making the same kind of shit like you guys sound like? Why are you taking
I
trying
get
to
it. I definitely want to branch out with my musical ideas.
It's cool when people experiment and do different music,
Yeah,
but it's a lot of these people are doing it to sell out, like to oh well, we need to do
never.
what's hip and sell records, so put some fucking 808s in there and
Hey, I got 808s in my Game Boy, so
there's nothing wrong with 808s, dude.
yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
So did you set up all your shit? You got like are you about to throw down a show for us?
So I was telling you, I fucked my card up, but I managed to fix it, and I got all the songs on there. But they're older versions, um, from like a month ago of songs that I've been kind of working on demoing. But
We
yeah, I got
we
them
don't
all in
gotta
my.
rush into it or nothing. I was just wondering if you were gonna be able to do that. Give us a
I
little
think I
live set for like an
BGB
outro.
up. Apparently, you can't just like change the audio output. Um, but it's fine because I can play the few demos off the Game Boy, so not a big deal. But yeah, that's the sweet part about it is like you can just show up with a backpack, and it's like I've got a little Yamaha Audiogram 6. It's got like 4 channels. Game Boy, just straight into 2 of them, split the stereo, and it's like plug into the house sound system, and you're pumped.
So I was looking at one of your like a picture for one of the last shows that you probably did or whatever, and it was like a full room, and like I don't know, I can see your corner,
Yeah, totally.
like some fucking visual aesthetics and shit. That's like the cool shit about that. Like
Yeah,
the live
yeah. A lot
shows
of
are
people get
cool.
into it.
Do
Every
people
every
like dance and go nuts and shit at the shows?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, it's funny. I didn't play one of the little festivals, and like they played a few of my songs, and specifically a remix that I did during an intermission, and like more people were dancing during that than like most. But people were still having a good time and dancing. But it was just like people just went nuts over this remix, and I was like, so it's cool, like putting that spin on stuff that kind of tap into that that thrill of it. It's like holy shit. For me, that's how it was when I figured it out. Like, and then realizing you could do something like that, like old Sandstorm remix or some techno shit. You can,
Yeah, I
you
was gonna ask you about that too. Like doing covers, dude. Have you ever considered
yeah.
that?
Oh, and we've done them. We've done Sandstorm remix, Alice DJ, Better Off Alone, Corona, or Rhythm of the Night. Some of the other ones we haven't posted. There's this that DJ Danger has another alias called Sunset. We did a quick little remix of one of his songs. Yeah, it's always there. It's like, you're working on your music, and it's kind of like exciting being like, oh fuck, dude, this is the perfect song to remix. And Chiptunes, it just already has that vibe. And what I like about it is the way we approach the vocals is we use an instrument, um, a pre-built or a built instrument that we make in the Game Boy to kind of replicate the vocal tone. So writing that out, I don't know. I just get a kick out of it every time we do it. It's like you get the feeling even though there's no lyrics. I just fucking bond with that shit. Makes people want to sing along. They fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What about metal and punk rock covers in chiptune?
Yeah. I mean, you that kind of comes down to one of the bigger arguments in the chiptune scene is like, it's like I consider it the punk rock version of electronic music, but only in the idea that like bare bones, like most minimal capacity you could utilize to get people dancing. Really, it's like how I look at it. So it's like it's really just a medium to create any genre of music you want, but it's always just going to have that, quite honestly, kind of flat, bloopy, blippy, lo-fi.
It has the video game feel, dude. I disagree with you completely. It makes you think like this should be
Yeah,
on a video game.
it's true, it should, but for me, it's the fact that it's danceable
Because
music.
some of the
It's got
stuff you do ends up being a lot more dance music. It almost doesn't like
sometimes,
you
yeah,
transform it enough to make it sound like okay, maybe this isn't a video game song. It actually sounds like some techno or some real heavy. Like you could put vocals on it or something, you know?
right. Well, and the chip tunes that I was exposed to early on was very like driven and dramatic and fucking like it was just over the top. So it's like I really like that to resonate in my music. Plus, combined with like all the inspirations that I have and what I would consider to be kind of like radical music, whatever genre it is, like however out there it might be. But yeah, I don't know. I really like kind of just putting that full essence, full inspiration into the type of music there, right?
Yeah, and it really comes through, dude. It does. Damn, dude, I've been a fan since the beginning. I thought you were like established when I found you. I found you in like 2017ish, I'd say,
Yeah,
through mutual friends, you know. And
that's what always gets me is how people got into it. Because for me, it was like, despite how I feel about it, honestly, it was like a quest for me to figure out where this music was coming from. But when I hear people like you, because when I met you, you knew instantly, like I recognize that sound. For me, it's like, how the fuck did you hear about it? Especially nowadays, because everybody hates it. It gets made fun of all the time.
well,
But
it's word of mouth. It's your friends who put me onto you, you know, and that's the number one way to fucking spread your
right,
shit is have your other friends support your music, you know.
right, yeah, yeah. It's funny because when I got into it, nobody gave a flying fuck, and I was just like dead nuts, fucking pushing
I
that
don't
shit.
you where were you living? Nevada or some shit? You were Phoenix or something?
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. Sorry, somewhere
Yeah,
over there. You know,
Phoenix
uh,
sounds. I'd take some more.
but yeah. So you didn't even live here. I'd never met you. Like,
Yeah,
you were you know you lived here before and were local. You know, but
yeah.
just a
It's
few.
funny.
We were a few friend groups away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But when I moved out there, I met this kid. His name was Levi, and he had known me from when I was like playing in like metal hardcore bands when I was a kid. 17, 16,
Right.
17.
We've all done it.
Yeah, this kid, he was like, "Yeah, I used to come to your shows," and I was like, "15, I know your full name," and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, I just moved 3,000 miles across country, and this kid, I walk in this house, and this dude knows who I am and has been in shows where I was playing.
Small fucking world, you know?
So it really is a fucking movie.
That's crazy how that happens.
Yeah, yep,
I went to your shows that
yeah.
like nobody was at.
No, those. I mean, for little local hall shows, they were packed. They were,
Yeah, you're talking about the Legion Hall?
yep, UAW
Good old
Legion.
Legion Hall, dude. Yeah, we all played our first shows there.
Yep, yep, for sure.
And that was a good scene, dude. That's crazy that we were so lucky to have a crazy little metal scene like that.
I'm getting kind of old, and I've seen a couple waves of musical scenes. I've performed in a few of them. Always just whatever, but yeah, it's cool to see. Especially I've been to other scenes, downstate, New York, Chicago. Obviously out west, shit like that. But it's definitely an always evolving, ever changing, kind of living thing. It's fucking
Wilfin,
awesome. Up here,
you
it's like people got so sick of being bored, they started making something to do for themselves.
yeah, dude, making something out of nothing.
Yep, yep. Little warehouses, pack many people as you can. Who cares what's going on?
So
Just have
fun. Such good
fun.
times.
Yep, yep, for sure. Which is
Not a thing in today's world.
well, when I was younger, again, like I was going to like raves down in Chicago, warehouses and shit, sneaking out, fucking all that, and it was just like I don't know. 20 years later, same thing's still going on.
Right?
Like
Shit
people
don't
try to
change.
replicate it.
History repeats itself.
Hmm.
Um,
Yep. Yep.
Wilfin, you typed me like 3 paragraphs, but to kind of sum up what you said, like, yeah, dude, today's day and age of music, you don't need a full band anymore. Like, it's just one guy with a computer and multiple instruments, and like, what we're in the digital age of music, where it's one man bands. One man writes everything.
Yep. Yep.
You can compose a whole orchestra with just one person.
Yeah. And I looking back with all the bands that I did play with, it's like still friends, but people's interests change, and so
It's
it really
hard, dude.
it's like yeah, it's hard, but
Doing
like
a band is the hardest thing, like next to like having a fucking serious
family.
relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, but really just like relying on people. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but for music more so than anything, like just knowing that like you have the at any time you can just up and create something. You don't need 4 or 5 guys smell like shit packed in a room.
But in a sense of live music, that's like the best way to perceive it. Like, there's nothing more magical than like there's 5 motherfuckers and they're all synced up with each other, like just killing it.
Yeah, that is well, and that's what you pay for, right?
And that's what you pay for.
Yeah,
But you can't just if 5 guys can't go into a room and record something anymore, and then try to release it for a bunch of money. Like, that age is dead.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm I've been so out of the loop with
Things are changing, man.
you know see so many bands come and go so quick in the modern age. It's like I'm still listening to fucking bad emo from the early 2000s.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Yeah,
Me too,
yeah,
brother. Mudvayne's coming back. That's pretty cool.
yeah. I see memes about it.
I
About
don't know if you're
it.
a fan, but that's pretty sweet. Their bassist is sick as shit and always been an influence of mine.
I don't know about that stuff. No, nothing personal.
It's fine, You're entitled to your musical opinion.
I'll be that. What do they call that genre? New metal.
Yeah, it's new metalish. I
Yeah,
wouldn't put them fully in there. They had their own twist and flair to it.
yeah. Nah, my band though, they were just something else to me.
You're not obviously you're not in the new metal scene. You know, I know where you guys come from. I know
I
that.
mean, Korn and Limp Bizkit are sick as fuck. I don't
Limp Bizkit is sick as fuck, dude. I'm definitely a biscuit head.
know. Yeah, I feel. Hey, I think they got their first album done with the record shop.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah, good for
That's
them.
not. Is that the $3 bill?
Y'all.
That's a good fucking album.
That's
You
the
can't deny it.
no, no, not at all. So who are some of these folks? Where'd they come from?
So, some of these people,
Yep,
the chat people,
yep.
they come from all over the place. This is the Stay Awake Squad. That's who we are. It's our brand, our theme, if you will. You know, it's who we are. It's what we do. We stay awake all the time, all over the world. People from Australia, people from Sweden, people from Texas, people from LA, uh, from Asia, everywhere, dude. That's the cool thing about Twitch. Is like, okay, you're broadcasting to the world. Anybody can see you. You know,
Yeah,
and that's what musicians and bands and stuff. Now, a lot of people haven't learned that yet.
yeah, I've seen it. Actually, some of my favorite artists have been promoting that way.
A few people have started doing it, but a lot of
Yeah,
bands and stuff have not caught on.
yeah,
It's easy for DJs to do. It's a little harder for bands to commit to.
right. Yeah. Well, even with the lag I see on our shit, it's like, what the fuck?
Are you drinking a beer, dude?
No.
You're crazy. You're like, I haven't had a drop of fucking alcohol. I was like, I definitely saw him take a drink of Miller Lite. Dude. I believed you too. I felt crazy after you told me no. Yeah, no, I haven't had a drink in 8 years, he said.
It is, man.
That's pretty good.
Steve, you got a cigarette?
Nice. Cigar into the cig.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Whatever,
what I'm
man.
talking about.
You got something you want to give me? Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's wild. It's wild that even like I don't know. I felt I would be like I didn't want to go to the show tonight with Biomassive just because like is it worth it? Like it's not the same. You can't just like pack a fucking bar anymore. What's the point of going out and playing live if it's like
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
so controlled?
I'm super into it, but it might. I've always been into like
Jesus
just.
Christ, that shirt. You just come out with this fucking
What? You don't like my fucking? This is
No,
me.
I love it. That's great. That's epic. Sorry, continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Um, I've been to bigger concerts. I actually saw like Winger and Poison when I was like 18
Poison? Sick.
down in Detroit. It is fucking wild. Yeah, I don't know. I like there's something about smaller concerts and basements or shitty old rundown fucking venue. I don't know. UAW. There's this place 10 Weston downstate I always used to go to catch shows and promote bands to bring up here and play. Um, and it was just this like little tiny theater in the basement behind a coffee shop, everything painted dead black. Probably my favorite venue just because it was like super tiny. No, no, no. Holy shit. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't know if it's like passion, people get into it. Um, I don't know. It's what I've always enjoyed. So I don't, it's like
The
moving
big
forward.
concerts and shit.
Yeah, I
I
can't
love
really,
it, dude.
it's cool. It's fun. I'm glad, people enjoy it, but I could give a fuck less. I'm trying to play like super private little basement parties, just
Yeah,
lit
you
as
want it to be super exclusive, small niche shit. You don't want to play arenas and all that.
I mean, what am I?
It'd be dope.
Am I gonna go play fucking massive fucking Super Bowl stadium with a Game Boy? Hell, I'm gonna go to a party one night, fucking plug in, play some remixes from the '90s dance, and fucking get
Hell yeah.
everybody going.
I want to do that same
That's
thing, but
really
with
what
a
I
punk
like.
band.
That's really what I like. And honestly, if I could just like quit giving a fuck about chiptunes, I'd just try to write strictly like '90s dance music on the game. What's addictive about that fucking fast ass, 165, 170 BPM chiptunes bass kick? Just fucking, I'm addicted to it, dude. It's the greatest sound ever.
Hell yeah, dude. But I'm a bigger fan partially to your like real heavy, slow fucking ones.
Yeah, I've got that too. I've played shows with people that I idolized, and they said very specific things where they're like, "I like your faster stuff," and then coming from you, it's like I get it with that stuff, and for me, it's just like I have to kind of emphasize again, just like I like so many types of music, and I really like that the Game Boy is just kind of this like, yeah, it kind of ironically, it kind of serves this modern purpose of my approach on music. Like it's portable, I can pick it up, take it with me. In Portland, I'd ride the bus sometimes, just be working on music, fucking going through town, whatever. It's like sometimes I write 7 minute long fucking these things that drag on, or I write quick little, 2 minute fucking just bangers. But yeah, I like the approach. I like that it's just like I don't have to commit all this time. I'm still doing something that I enjoy. I really enjoy. I know it's not like massive production, but it just suits my taste. It's like, fucking, it definitely scratches that itch for me. So, especially coming from, like listening to a lot of fucking metal bands where the whole album is like 8 minutes long. It's like, again, tapping into that like Adult Swim mentality where it's just like,
Quick to the
I want
point.
quick to the point. I'm doing my thing. Fuck it. Don't fucking put it on. Get back get back to life. So it's not my life. I love it. That's it.
Well, dude, and there's the people who do support it. You got to realize there's people who you do
Yeah.
affect with your music, and
Yeah.
people who can resonate with it in their own ways. That's the crazy thing. Like,
Yeah.
there he is.
There he is. So
The cook.
another thing about that too is like I'm not trying to just directly talk shit, but like when it comes to the chiptunes community too, it's like people like it, but people don't love it like the artists love it, and they're the ones that like really keep the fucking community like together. Um, there's this guy, Defense Mechanism, is a chiptunes artist, and he just like took hold of like updating the program and like catering to things that people want. And it's like now I couldn't even fathom how many people are like circulating forums about LSDJ or chiptunes in general. But, it's from what it seemed, there's like 1,000 people seriously committed to writing music on a Game Boy at a time that are like, putting their music out, showcasing their efforts and their art.
Yeah,
Uh,
which puts you in a very small community, which is
and I don't mean that in
cool.
like a positive or negative. It's just like
It's just fact,
saying
yeah.
people pushing their chip tunes really hard. They're like trying to promote it. That's how I feel. I don't know,
Well, it'd
but
be unfair of you to not share what you've created with the world.
right, and that from my perspective, that's worldwide. So it's like it. It reminds me of the old school hardcore scene, or kind of like it sounds fucked up, but like the old school straight edge scene. It was just like keeping the community alive, shit. It's like,
Right?
and with the age of technology that we live in, it doesn't take much to contribute. To to the community. You know, people support it. People come up with ideas of how the programs should work. Um, and the more people's minds focused on it, you know, absolutely gets it more attention, more focus. Just, you know, promotion in general, the just the knowledge that people are writing music on video game software or chips in general, you know. Because it goes than just the game, but there's people doing it on the internet.
Here, adjust your mic a
Like,
little bit.
sorry,
So
Sega Genesis, tons of stuff. So, you know, it's you see it now and bigger than I think it ever was, but the community still feels just like, you know, refined, small. So, but
it's
again, I think that kind of is like the synesthetic relationship. It's like, you know, I myself kind of like, you know, go towards that smaller underground crowd. It's just like
yeah, dude.
have that be,
I'm about small community shit too. Like
you know,
support
for me,
somebody
it's
that
like I
needs
can
it.
imagine walking into like I go to a party and I walk downstairs and there's this dude fucking jamming on a Game Boy or
Or
a
you're
Atari.
gonna be into that. You're gonna be interested.
Fuck.
Like, what is happening? This is not what you
Yeah,
usually expect.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
cool as fuck. But I know, dude, and I'm a fan of 8-bit and chiptunes and always have been. And I play that shit at work, and like, that's like the normie motherfuckers are always like, "What is this bullshit? What are you fucking? Did you
yeah.
eat acid before work? Did you? What are you playing?" Like,
Oh, I've heard it all. People tell, you know, this very, you know, a good friend of mine that I worked with fucking hated this shit. He'd tell me all the time, it's not music, it's not music.
what's up, Takout?
Fucking it's like harping on me, you know, and I'm like, whatever, man. You know, I don't care. Fucking I love this shit. You
No,
can't take
stand by what you love, man.
you know. So but it comes and goes. You know, I remember how, you know, my parents and probably a lot of people's parents acted towards like when rap music was getting popularized, you know, in the early 90s. You know, even in movies and spoof movies, you'd see how they depict it. It's like, you know, I don't think that chiptunes gets the hate. It's just general disgust for the lack of complexity and the lack of tone. You know, it's like so straightforward and it can be very harsh and abrasive and a lot of high frequency. Just it can be abrasive, you know, and I get it, but I also love it. You know, I think
I I
it
don't
kind of
understand. I think it's beautiful. I find
I do
beauty in
too,
it.
but I think it shares that like kind of noise core
Yeah, true. I can see
culture
that.
a little bit, you know. So,
It's just music, man. It's like
yeah,
another medium. Like it's
right.
composition and notes and stuff. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah,
As like I was saying that when I was playing one earlier. It's like you could hear where the guitar solo is, and the fucking the breakdown. It's all the same.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, you really could. You could just get on LSDJ and kind of compose any style of music you want, whatever you're feeling at the moment. Just
And just the same, you can turn it the other way. I could take your chiptune song and turn it into an instrumental song.
hmm
I did.
well, that's a big aspect of it. I got kind of sick of like honestly, I got sick of fucking just listening to people sing or scream about bullshit. I remember I started listening to this band called Pelican years ago.
I like
I
Pelican.
really
Pelican kicks ass.
like Pelican. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, they really just captured, you know, how I relate to chiptunes, where it's like you feel this kind of you feel what they're trying to portray, even though there's no
And it's
lyrics. Yeah,
simple.
music does that to you anyway, but something about that first Pelican album just really did it for me. Chiptunes, it very much holds that value, that bond that I connect with on music personally. So yeah, that's just I love fucking again I love tackling like kind of vocal style leads with the most bare minimum kind of like just shit sounds that you got, you know. But
See, I'm a fan of video game music, and I did a cover of Aquatic Ambiance from Donkey Kong Country. I'm not sure if you're
you did,
familiar. Yeah,
dude. The other guy from Soft did too. on his Switch with that chord gadget. It's fucking
Did the same song?
yeah, yeah.
You know
It's
the
on.
song I'm talking about, right? It's super. It's the water level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, that's the one. That's the only one. Yeah, play it.
Yeah, you want to hear
Yep.
it? I think I can share my screen, and you should be able to hear it through the stream that I share on the screen.
I see. Yeah, I can see the link.
Let me find it. Let me find it. Aquatic ambiance demo. See, it's a demo. I just dropped
Yeah, they're all demos.
it. They're all demos. All right, let me share. All right. Can you hear it?
You've had the idea for months now. You've told your friends about it. Your mom,
Dude,
your
yeah.
mom's mom, your yoga
Let
instructor.
me mute
You've
it.
worked.
Respected on her own channel.
Huh? Yeah, getting added.
Her own channel, yeah.
So yeah, you know the song. So I took it and I completely turned it into the opposite of what it is. It's such like a
Yeah.
chill, vibey song, you know.
Yeah.
I turned it into like a, you know, like a, I wouldn't call it new metal. I'd call it like orchestral metal almost, you know,
Living
or rock.
nightmare.
Living Nightmare. God damn, double ads. What's up with SoundCloud, dude? I don't get hit with ads on my phone. I don't think.
They're fucking evil. Yeah, you got the cigarette, Steve?
All right, here it is. Oh wait, that's your song.
Yeah, it is.
Could you hear it though?
I could hear it.
Alright, this is mine. I recorded this on Logic Pro. Just guitar, bass, and drums.
You're playing all of them?
Yeah, I do every part. I'll just let him do the solo part. With Larry. Cheers, son. Cheers, buddy. Well, sounds like Donkey Kong, right?
Yeah, it does. Sounds evil.
Yeah, dude. So that's just one of the things I did with, you know, having time in quarantine. It was actually my first try at recording. I had never recorded anything, so that was like my actual first track.
Yeah, yeah. What are you writing on now? Still using Reason?
Oh, what I was using?
Yeah,
Logic Pro.
Logic Pro. All right. Yeah.
Katie, we will discuss later what the plan is. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna after party or whatever. Is that where they just did they just go?
They went to pregame, I guess.
They went to pregame.
Sidetracks.
Oh, the tracks.
Yep.
Yeah, you're close. You're actually very close to where I am right now. You know,
Where are you?
you help me fucking move into this spot, dude.
Yep.
These Czoft help YesImJon move. Would you believe it?
Yeah.
You ever had one of your artists that you enjoyed help you do stuff?
Help you do stuff? No, not me. Hell no.
You know, I mean, I've met several artists and performers and such, but you know, never did stuff with them.
You know, I can't say I have. I met Jacob Bannon from Converge.
Nice.
That's about it.
I met Josh Gilbert from As I Lay Dying. I actually never did meet a ton of music people. I've met a lot of like movie people.
Yeah.
Comedians and stuff.
Yeah. Nope, not me though.
You don't got a celebrity list?
No. I actually don't really like that shit. I don't like Hollywood celebrities. I don't know.
I mean, some people are just funny as fuck, and
Yeah,
you can appreciate it. You know, you don't gotta
actually stand-up
simp
comedy.
over it. Stand up comedy's funny, dude.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't know. It's depressing to me seeing
You
people
wouldn't like Goat versus Fish then.
funny. It's like, you laugh at me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't get into it. I mean, when I was younger, I watched a bunch of movies and shit, but give a fuck less now. Just doesn't do it for me.
I mean, I get it. You know,
Music is.
I love cinema, dude. I love horror specifically.
Yeah.
I like and I like that it goes as far as music with me too. I like scary sounding music, like eerie chords and stuff, and you know, like kind of off key shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I got little Jason Voorhees right here, right where I keep your tape, dude. I keep all my little streaming knickknacks. I got the Czoft right here, and little Jason. Yeah, you got the same ones. Stratocracy, right? Stratocracy.
Yes, sir.
And that's part of the aesthetic itself. There's a band called you might have heard of this band, Title Fight.
Yeah, I know. I just bought a Title Fight record.
They sell their DVDs. They put them on VHSs and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like same kind of thing. It's part of the aesthetic. Like
yeah.
Title Fight kicks ass. I need to fucking listen to some Title Fight. It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good. You ever check out? They were a hardcore band before.
Yeah, I mean, they have like, yeah, because they go between like shoegaze, like hardcore punk shit.
Yeah. Love them.
Well, how much time do we got before the after party? Did they play till 1?
Gino just showed up.
Oh, Sliv Biver is on the fucking. There he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get him a headset and get him in here. Can you hear me?
No, you can't.
Stay away!
Yeah! Fuck yeah, Sliv Biver. Shout out Sliv.
Yeah.
It's the same. I call you Czoft. It's nothing offensive. It's the same as we call Slumber Sliv Biver.
Yeah.
You had to expect that, you know.
It's like everybody's meeting up now, so I don't know.
Well, do you want to throw down a set?
I could play a song or two for sure.
Well, what about like 3 or 4? I want to give you a nice little 20-minute set if you're willing to do it.
Let's see. All right, but fair warning, the Game Boy is finicky, so it might break, it might die mid set. Nobody knows, dude. So, here we go. I'm gonna turn it on.
Are you gonna give us a view of what you're doing with your Game Boy or?
Yep.
Sick. And then I'm gonna make sure the sound's all good and adjusted, and I'm probably gonna go use the bathroom while you run my stream.
Oh, I won't be running it. It'll just be the music.
Well, that's what I mean. You're gonna be the content, the main focus. Well, you have been all night, but I won't be here. Is what I'm saying.
It just broke right when I booted it.
It broke? Oh god, look at this, dude. It's like he's living in the fucking 90s. He's blowing on cartridges and shit to get his music to work. Nice. That's a sound we like. Dude, put some chiptune sounds on the Aerophone for sure, dude. We need 8-bit Aerophone. So are you going to be playing us all originals?
Yeah.
You guys are about to witness an original set by Czoft. Give it up. Yeah, just give us a show, man. Don't be afraid to give it some volume. Light it up in the chat for Caesar. Sup? Yeah, give us some volume. Perfect.
All right, here's another one.
Light it up in the chat. Say some emotes. Dang. I'm gonna shotgun one to this. Welcome back, Dragon Ball. Oh, it's so heavy. Oh yeah. So sick.
All right.
Do another.
Here we
That's
go.
so heavy, dude. So it sounds heavy. So you can turn it back up a little. That's good. So sick. That shit's heavy, dude.
Rough demo. All right, I got one more for you.
Absolutely. Encore, man. One more. Who wants to hear one more, dude? Put it in the chat. You want one more from Czoft?
Gino told me this song reminds him of the intro to an anime, like TV show. Or
oh, it's like anime jams are good, like the anime rock intros. They always kick ass. They're always epic as fuck. I don't like anime, but I love like the anime songs.
Yeah, I agree. All right, here it goes.
No Eggbender. It is like anime intro. Let's get a breakdown. Right, Simon? Yes, Simon. Yes, Segmender. Yep, yep.
I got one more for you.
You got one more?
Yeah.
Nice. I want to talk about that song for a second though.
All right, yeah.
Because that is just incredible, man. And
a
what
lot
is
of
that?
work.
A 6 or 7 minute song?
Yeah, easily.
Like, and how, like, that must take you so long to program all that shit into there.
Yeah, like 50 hours.
50 hours of
Yeah.
just programming. There's so much to that. Holy shit, dude. And it's a triumphant song, and you don't want it to end because you want it to just come back to that fucking that hook, you know?
Yeah, and for me, it's like not.
I
even
feel it in
that.
my heart.
I still got like another 60 hours worth of work to put into it before it's like polished. You know.
LSDJ, yeah, Eggbender. That's what this whole podcast has been about. We've been going at it. And we discussed all that. LSDJ is one of the programs you use to make these songs, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Simon, thank you and welcome. P.S. Hi, John. Stoked to be here. Seems like a guest up my alley. Well, go check him out. Soph, you're gonna have to hook us up with some of your links because people are asking for them.
For sure. I'm gonna play one last song and I'll get
one last song. Let's get in. I'm down for it, dude. I want you to do another song. So
and all these songs, they're just like I've been working on them for almost a year. I still got like a lot of time to put into them, but this one's like the least amount of work put into it. But there's a part in it towards the end. I think you'll like it. So, all right, here it goes.
All right, let's hear it. Oh, nice. Yeah, show some love in the chat for Soft. See some emotes. It's very punk rock.
All right, man. Yeah, that's it. That's all you get from me.
That was sick, dude.
Yeah, it's been like we put out that first album, and then a bunch of shit happened. We worked on some stuff together. Kind of just been working on these jams myself. So it's just something to plug away at for the next album. Probably gonna do something way smaller, 6 songs, a few remixes, a few '90s dance remixes, and then probably a CD. I might want to do another cassette tape this time. I like that. Fucking, I feel like people appreciate the having something physical nowadays. You know, I still buy records and tapes. If I see a good tape, I'm excited about that shit. So yeah, it's all good. You know, it's just for fun. I fucking love it.
Just for fun, dude. You got some of the hottest tracks on that fucking Game Boy right there that you need to let people have.
You know, it's pretty fun playing a fucking show, and it's like
you basically did just play a live show.
You just got a Game Boy, you know, and really it takes a lot of like After Effects. You want some reverb, you want some like you want to bump your bass EQ. There's some shit you want to do to make it sound nice, but it is
Absolutely.
pretty cool having a Game Boy and having people coming up to you like, man, I heard about you on the internet. I came here just to see you. Seeing people dance, fucking, it's just you got a Game Boy. You don't expect that shit. It's a unique feeling. It's a unique fucking experience, and definitely from it's one of those things. It's a community where you get out of it what you put in. It's not. I see a lot of people going into it with big expectations, and they're not willing to break through like they're not determined enough to really learn how LSDJ works. So they're not even giving themselves the opportunity, excuse me, they're looking for. So it's not the easiest thing. It's up and out there, and anybody can do it if you got a Game Boy and $150 to buy a blank cartridge
and lots of hours to just sit there and
time and
program this shit. Just to, I mean, the reward is worth it, dude. Like those songs are good. Why don't you just try to make video game music for video games, dude?
I could. I don't know. Because I don't know actually how to read music or any of that. So
And some of the best artists I know don't know how to fucking read music.
Yeah.
I never read music in my life. I just picked up an instrument and I know how to play it.
That's
what you have right there. That's your instrument.
Yeah, for sure. It's all the instruments. You got them all. So, but the most exciting part for me is like, I'll be working on a part of a song or something. This probably goes for any artist, not just me, but I just love it because it's gameplay. But I'll write something that's super sick that I've been working on, and I'll forget about it. Like a couple weeks will go by that I haven't touched my Game Boy or worked on music at all, and I come back to it. I'm just like, oh fuck yeah, dude! Like I remember writing that shit. I got to work on that. And that's what a lot of it is for me. Is like it's my approach to music. It's what for 10 years I tried to figure it out, and once I did, it was just honestly, it was one of the only things in my life where it's exactly how I expected it. Like I put in a fuck ton of time, and honestly, right at first I like downloaded LSDJ, put it on a PSP, and looked at it, and was like what? And I gave it to my roommate Mike at the time, and he fucked around with it. Got some noises coming out of it. Got him to show me how he got it to even make just like a simple woo. So then he gave it back to me, and I fucking went ape shit on the fucking dude. Just hours and hours and hours spent like exploring what does what. Read the manual at first, didn't do much for me because I didn't understand the language of like the way it's made, like hexadecimal coding. It's like 2-digit numerical representation for like virtual physical machinery. Like the way you would program a a knob, a parameter knob on a mixing board is represented as a 2-digit
Yeah.
alphanumeric code. So that was the hardest part, and then honestly for me it was the only time I had taken with myself to write music on my own. So that was a new approach for me. But, I look ahead like fuck. It's just a little hobby. It's fun. I mod the Game Boys myself. I put the backlights in them and tons of shit. So that's fun. That's like a good hobby. It keeps my brain sharp in that area. I guess I don't know, but yeah. So it's a whole like dynamic. Like I'm working on the Game Boy. I'm modding it out. I'm buying up these like Chinese cartridges. The first one I got, I ordered from a Chinese company that I use Google Translate to communicate with them. And then 4 years later, I'm like doing remixes with guys in Japan
Yeah.
because they know the language of LSDJ. You know what I mean? So
That's crazy.
that part of it, it's been like that's the coolest part, honestly. Is like
That's super cool.
there's this guy Scythe. He's a chiptunes artist. You guys, if you like
Okay.
chiptunes, should check him out. He's absolutely fucking sick as fuck. I sent him an unreleased song. He did his version of it. It's called Riders. It's on the SoundCloud. It's absolutely fucking awesome chiptune song. Riders, like fucking, you get it. But yeah, that's the coolest part. Is like not only am I like writing music on a Game Boy, I can extract the cartridge, extract the data, email it to somebody. They can put it in their Game Boy, and all of a sudden they can do a remix or add on to my, just like you would with a modern DAW.
With a logic profile, passing it to someone else and
Exactly.
they can add on to it.
Yep. Just like that. And so that happens, and that's an awesome part of the community. Again, dual linking Game Boys. The record label that I'm on, they didn't make me, but they let me. That sounded so fucking stupid, but they let me. He makes really awesome equipment. That Cascall Records link. He makes like MIDI splitters that can connect your Game Boy to a computer, your Game Boy to standalone synths, like a real 808. So you got a $60 Game Boy connected to a $6,000, original synth linked with a $60 fucking MIDI chip that's guy built. So he made me he didn't make me. God damn it. He let me use like beta tester for a 5-way MIDI splitter, a MIDI in and through with an Arduino that has like, Game Boy can connect in and out to synths or your computer, and then a standalone mini Arduino that connects Game Boy to PC, so you can use it with Ableton. You can use Game Boy as a synth with Ableton controlling uh, the chips and through the channels because they each have their own MIDI channel. And then the same way you can send kicks out or notes, to synths, and then you can use the effects parameters and all that shit on there.
So you can go MIDI with it too.
You can go full MIDI, and people do that. Some of my favorite chiptunes artists that got me into it now blend the Game Boy into modular, synth setups and shit like that. That's like the super underground popular shit to do right now. That's like the guys I'm drooling over, for sure. But
Well,
yeah, you see it like, Aphex Twin, one of my biggest inspirations.
right.
Like, check his Wikipedia and it says the software that he uses LSDJ. He's been
Oh,
in the key.
really?
Dead Mouse has showcased him remixing Strobe and other songs with a Game Boy on his Instagram, shit like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Dead Mouse is big on Twitch, dude. He was one of the first ones to
Yeah,
start putting shit on
for sure.
Twitch.
Yep, yep.
Man,
And look at him.
you should
He's
consider live streaming it, man, because that was I
fucking,
think personally that was one of the coolest things I've ever showcased on my stream was
yeah.
a live set, a live chiptune set.
Yeah, it's fun, man. Like I can't.
You just played a live show
I can't
for a
reiterate
couple
what it's
people.
like going up with a Game Boy at a party and being like, fucking everybody's freaking out. It's like 90s dance party remixes totally coming off a Game Boy and shit. Every time I do it, I fucking, I drive around with this thing
Nice
plugged
wolfing.
into my fucking car stereo. I love it, dude. It's it's stupid and simple, and
One of the questions
I
was,
write these radical, wild songs, but
the songs are awesome, man. They sound so good. They're beautiful, dude. As a musician, somebody who likes music, I'm telling you, those sound awesome.
there's a question.
Yeah, the question was, you said you'd play music on a Wii and PSP, and like I heard you say Game Boy SP too. Like you could do all
Yep.
this on any Game Boy or any handheld or
Yeah,
console.
anything that can emulate a Game Boy engine should run LSDJ. There's shit that won't. There's cartridges out there that you could buy that will run games, but they won't run LSDJ. It's pretty demanding program. I mean, you're familiar with how demanding modern DAWs are on a laptop. I mean,
Yeah.
you're trying to run I don't even know the way to put it, a microprocessed on a Game Boy. And then you're modding it, making it run lights it shouldn't. Just like you're just, I used rechargeable batteries because it's dude, but the whole thing for me, and for me, it was like, I get, again, like I said, ironically, it was like a quest for me to figure out who the artists were, how they were writing this music, the origins, all that shit. By the time I got knee deep into it, it had come and gone. So I've seen waves of its popularity kind of wane, go back and forth, but it's
But you
always
still
there.
stick with it, dude. That's a beautiful thing. You believe in something. A lot of people never get that in their life, where you finally found something that you actually care enough about to go and fucking learn everything about it and do it,
Yeah.
even if
Well,
not everybody else cares about it.
I'm asking people like a freak, like, do you know what this shit is? And that's funny too. I gotta say this part. The way I got into chiptunes was I used to work with this guy. He's my brother-in-law now. Awesome guy, Mike Wooster. And he, I don't remember. It was so long ago, but he was like, I think he had like bought a stolen iPod or something like that. And like, I gotta get rid of this. I was like, I'll take it. I don't give a fuck. And there was just like empty banks, empty named like album banks, no name, no nothing. It was just like chiptunes, but I thought it was video game music recorded. And so yeah, eventually, I don't know, I lost track of how I inevitably fell into it all, but came across this shit 8-bit peoples community dot. It's like 8bitpeoples.org, and it had all this music. Like I could listen to these albums and like put together what it was on the iPad, and I figured it was their discography somebody downloaded and just dumped it on it because it matched up almost perfectly. If I could like go alphabetically, it was a fucking mind game to figure it out, honestly. But I figured it out. I found all these artists, and then it was like another 6 years before I saw this documentary again called "Reformat the Planet," um, and
That sounds
that
heady.
showcased,
Reformat the planet.
yeah, people using Game Boys and other Game Boy equipment, or just video game machines to produce music in super weird ways, custom modded and hacked fucking cartridges, all types of like. I've seen Super Nintendo. The Game Boy like fucking cartridge for Super Nintendo modded to have like RCA outs and shit. Like just
Mm-hmm.
gnarly. We're doing everything.
Yeah, dude. It's 2021. Anything's possible
Right.
with anything.
Well, and now you look
There's
back on
no
it like
limits.
what could you do with a fucking Xbox now, or like what could you do with
Dude, I
you
had
know
a buddy who
like,
turned.
technology? Like it's like the post technology age where shit's just like left over, and it's like I'm pulling Game Boys out of the rubble, writing music with them and shit. It's like you know what I
I
mean?
had a buddy in like the earlier 2000s, like 2010, turned a Pioneer tape deck player, like an old ass 90s Pioneer tape deck, big motherfucker, turned it
Yeah.
into a working Xbox.
No way.
And that was
What?
like 11 years ago. This person's not with us anymore. Bless his soul. Pouring out for the homies. Take a drink for the
Yeah,
homies.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
dude, he could
that's
do
another
anything
part
like
why
that.
I like it. That whole like
That's an aesthetic itself, you know. Like,
you're breathing life into this old trash, making it do shit.
yeah, it's art, dude.
It is. It's its own like. And for me, it was like I referenced it almost like a MySpace era thing because it's like
MySpace
it
kicked ass
did
for
the
music.
line, you know what I mean? Like it just like not that people play live and all that, but it's just like I don't know what chiptunes would have been without the internet. It's like I don't know. It's impossible to say, but you know what I mean. It's just like that's where it just thrives. Is
Yep.
the way people connect. They can share this music. It's all technical, electronic, EDM, like, and there's vast varieties of it too that are easily accessible because it's so overlooked. It's like shit's going out for free. All the fuck, even all the albums I've ever contributed to, most of them are like free. You can donate, whatever. Tapes are $5, $10. It's just like
Yeah.
again plugs into that like I just feel like people that in that community are more passionate. They commit. They just have a greater commitment to their art. Whether I don't know. I don't know. That's just that's how I feel towards it. And most of the people that I talk to, it's like chiptunes very much so. It's the artists holding up the community. Like fans are fans, but I think a lot of like normies that hear it are just like, oh, I'm listening to fucking Streets of Rage, fucking 3 or some shit. It's like, it's But again, that's also the music that inspired me, so I can't hate on it because that's their
Right.
exposure to enjoying what they're listening to in the first place, and that's really what I want for my own sake. Is like I want to make something. I want to write chip tunes that makes me dance. It's cool, it'd be awesome if somebody else enjoyed it that much too. But if not, fuck them. You know.
Well, I enjoy the shit, just so you know. We're homies and all, but
Yeah.
damn, dude, those tracks were tasty. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah. Hopefully,
You're
like
like, whatever, dude. Yeah, I wrote these. Like, whatever. I poured my heart and soul
I,
into them. Like, I guess
you
they're
know, the hardest
okay.
part.
They're
The
just
hardest
a
part.
demo.
I'm just so objective about like is this a finished product? Is it
Every
like
musician is like that.
for me
It
it exists.
That's the joke. Oh, well, this is just a demo. Like, when are you gonna, when does
Buckle
the
it
real
up.
thing come?
Right. So we'll see. I guess that's what it is. When I feel like it's is what it is. On the last few albums, even my um, previous aliases and shit, it was like I felt like I released it because I had reached my learning potential for what I was accomplishing. Goal A, goal B, goal C. And now I'm on like with chiptunes like goal, D or fucking whatever now. But because it always changes, I stepped aside from even working on music to learn MIDI shit, and other shit happens with life for everybody. But
True.
it came down to the more time you put into it, just like anything, you grew this relationship with this. For me, it was a machine, and I just fucking it's like it sounds so like I don't know. It's my homie. It's my friend. I make this Game Boy sing what I want to make it sing.
Wow, so
Not
beautiful.
any old
Truly,
chip.
man.
How I fucking want it to be heard. So
That's what life's all
that's
about, dude. You find your calling. It doesn't have to be the thing that makes you $1 million or that everybody else loves. How does it make
yeah,
you feel?
yeah, dude. It's pretty nuts. And again, especially when like the first big show I played was at this barcade out in Oregon. Huge fucking screen. Got to project our visuals on it and shit. Absolutely fucking awesome. And yeah, like right when we set up, I like pulled out a fucking little like Pelican case full of fucking cassettes, and people were coming up buying them right out the gate, like they knew who we were. And it's just like from such an underground mentality, like yeah, it's even selling one tape, I guess, is kind of like fucking sick. It's just, went into it expecting absolutely less than nothing. Like people don't know what chiptunes is, let alone like it. Like Yeah, it's a different world, but it's where my mind is. That's what I
Well,
like.
you got you received a bunch of good feedback in my chat, dude. They were definitely
Sweet,
about it,
sweet. Good to hear. Appreciate it.
and they
You
wanted the
know.
links. That was the link to your SoundCloud you dropped, right?
Yeah, and the Bandcamp. My record label's Bandcamp. They're Cat Skull. Hey, there should be links to his products there too if people are interested in getting into modular video game electronic music.
Hey, do you
Uh,
still have T-shirts for
no,
Saw?
those got put on back order. I do have like the print out, and I can get them made and sent. But at the time I had them set up, it was like I had them printed on some like super expensive T-shirt. It was like $40 before the vinyl print.
I'd love to have one just to wear on stream and shit.
The long sleeve double print and the uh is like fucking $45 shit. And then and that doesn't even have sleeve shit on it yet. That was like early. I was getting made shit made. But the single tone hoodies I think are like 30-35 shit. But they're like I picked them out as good hoodies when I had them made. So that's what's on the like shipping print. But I wanted to get something that felt more fitted because I feel like this is off topic, but like I feel like as we go further into the future, a lot of shit's made like generalized for people. Like this hoodie should fit X, Y, Z, and I wanted to get something that was more dynamic. You could get more options with the sizability. So I think, and like more cost friendly. So I'll get that set up for homies that want shirts. I've had a couple of people ask me for them. So,
Yeah, you
and I
might as
want
well
to,
make a batch, dude. I'm looking into making some merch myself. I don't even know a lot
yeah,
about it.
I want to get nice PNG or transparent stickers made. Uh,
Yeah, I've got my logo. I don't know if you saw it, the little praise guy, the Dark Souls guy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I would make those as
Okay.
stickers.
So yeah, it's like I can get them made, but they're on custom order till I sort it out. But
Well, put me
hey,
down for one.
all right, yeah. T-shirts should be really fucking cheap. Like,
T-shirt or
people,
a long sleeve XL.
yeah. All right, all right. Yeah, but also for Cat Skull, he makes awesome products. He even showcases there's modern Game Boy games being made. Um, by modern people, like fucking just people that learn how to program Game Boy games now, and he puts them on a cartridge and sells them for him. Just tons of shit like that. Super fucking DIY. Um, but like supported. Like he fucking cares and makes like quality fucking equipment. And it's something that like honestly I look at it like that shit's I personally I'm gonna take that shit to the grave. Like who knows if they're ever going to be made again, and if you like chiptunes and you're interested in it, like it's definitely a purchase that's cheap that could take your Game Boy into a more serious performance. Like I've seen people put MIDI pickups in their guitar and they're just playing guitar and the sounds coming out of the Game Boy. You know what I mean? Like endless possibilities. And it's just another facet. It's a cheap, well, not cheap, I guess $200 package for the cartridge in the Game Boy. So
Yeah.
it's plausible. It's like I don't know much on modern fucking turntables are, but $200, I'm sure you could get something.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean,
check out Cat Skull if you're interested in chiptunes. It's a good foot in the door to figure out um, just a really information on chiptunes. Check out the artist on the label. I was actually the fucking first artist on the label when he opened it up, so it's pretty cool. He approached me and fucking kind of saw I guess the just what I was doing with it. I just took we took it seriously. We really fucking wanted it. And he was looking to open up a record label connected to his little boutique fucking niche, but awesome um, market that he was dominating. So it's cool to see. It's cool to see that people
yeah.
are out giving a fuck about something that like should have died 20 years ago.
Well, that's what you're doing too.
Right. 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 So
Soft for MagFest 2022. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I'd be down, dude. I'll play.
I think you should just start streaming on Twitch. That's how I'm feeling. I'm like, dude, just do some streams.
Yeah, my life's so different now, so I'm busy as fuck. But I do get to work on it, so hopefully this summer we'll get together, play a couple basement shows, fucking get
I'd be so down, dude.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking do it, man.
It needs to happen. We can play my basement. We can play wherever. Khan's basement. We got basements.
Yep. Let's do it.
And we'll fucking live stream it, dude. That's the world we live in. That's how we do things now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can check out one of my live performances at an awesome record shop out in Portland called Final Form. It's on my YouTube. Fucking there's other streams. I don't know where they are, but they were streamed. I think one of them was the venue, which I can't remember the name of right now, but yeah, it's out there. Definitely, it's the way for now until hopefully COVID.
Yep, it really is.
We get our rights back one way or another or something. I don't know, dude. So we'll see.
Guitar and amp would probably be more out the gate than a chip setup. Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Guitar and amp, you're looking at $800 to $1,200, you know, for a decent
I've seen
one.
it all. I've seen shit gets expensive. I mean, I've made some pretty hefty investments into the chiptunes, but it's like I knew I wasn't going in. I didn't spend a dime. I had a PSP I already had hacked from like 9 years ago. I paid $5 for the program. Just really experimented with it, So
right,
it is what it is.
Yeah, Zenway. People set up radio programs on Twitch and YouTube where it just plays the music. You could just fucking. I follow a few people like that. Even you're related in their videos, like Neotic and shit. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
But you just like set up your stuff to like play with an aesthetic visual and just like let your music play.
Yeah. That's the way. See it. That's how it's done. Well, and you see a lot of like it's like the new music video. People fucking used to watch MTV like fucking crazy, just zonk out. Fucking now you see it the same way with social media and cell phones and shit. Fucking,
right.
That's where the market's at.
Megan, it's not that bad. I have footage of me in like we streamed right through the soundboard. You can totally do it, and the audio levels are great at Union.
Yeah, it's funny because I have a little portable thing now. I traded mic for I had a Behringer DDM 4000, and I loved it because I had two effects banks. So I run two Game Boys, basically like turntables, and bounce back and forth between songs. I'd use a K-oscillator for like white noise or like just writing some ambience to transition from song to song or whatever, basically ruler type thing. But and so I was used to that mixer because I could preset effects on each Game Boy independently, or then change which channel they covered to use with all or with both or one or the other. But I came back, and when I went to Connor's to talk about playing that show last Halloween, I went down in the basement. It was the same mixer sitting there, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude, fuck yeah!" Like, yeah, I don't want to play down here, dude. It's fucking my setup. I already know the shit, easy as fuck. So, which for me was another
the show that was canceled.
Yeah, but we'll get it going. That. But having a good mixer like that definitely helps for playing live performances because you want that reverb to cover up the fucking harsh clicking from the Game Boy chips and fucking there's other sounds you want to drown out. So having something like that's pretty good. Where this little Yamaha I got's good for like recording into a normal DAW and then doing post effects. So, but it did, it's whatever. It's again for me, it's all about this is portable as fuck. I brought everything over to Stevens in a backpack and a Pelican case, a little one. It's like 2 Game Boys in the case. Backpack has everything else. So yeah, that's what I'm all about. Yeah.
Well, shit, man.
Yep.
I think that was pretty good. Yeah. This is gonna be a hard one to top, dude.
Nah, man, you'll get fucking.
This is gonna be a hard one to top, dude. People are gonna have to work and put on a better show than you did, dude. That was a sick ass fucking
No, it
set.
can't be that hard. I already did all the work. I just hit start.
Isn't that what DJing is?
Yeah,
That's what you. That's how you would play a set, right? You know.
Yeah, you just two CDJs, but one of them's on.
It's just cool in general. The aesthetic. You play it off the Game Boy, and it's these sick things that you wrote. I don't know. It's simple, but it's awesome.
Right. Yeah, and that is part of the enjoyment. It's like, it's like you've been working on this fucking thing. It only exists in here. It's up to you to fucking save it and export it, record it.
Yeah.
It's fucking nice little fucking package. And there's this guy making fucking like brutal like version of this shit. It's called like an M8. I haven't gotten into it. I want one. They're $400, but it's basically the size of a Game Boy, but it runs like fucking Fruity Loops. Like you could write fucking anything on it. Super fucking sick. But yeah, I don't know. People are going nuts with the shit. So
Right.
all over the place.
Anything's possible nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Hell
All
yeah,
right,
man.
well, it's getting late. I think I gotta go, man.
It's fine. What's going on? I'm gonna hit you up after this.
Yeah, do it. Text me. There's a couple people here. I don't know what everybody else is playing on, but Brian Zemansky's here. Cookie's here. Steve's here. Liz is here. Yeah.
Did Gino leave? Is Slim
I think
ever
he
still there?
did. I mean, we were at it for a while, It's been,
All right. Well, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Yep.
It was fun.
Sure.
This was a good one. Like I said, it's gonna be hard for the next guest to top.
I don't know about that. We'll see though. We'll have to hold them to it. That's for sure.
You're welcome back anytime, sir. I appreciate you.
Yep, for sure. Maybe when I get another 60 hours over 8 songs.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll bring you back for another set.
Yep. All right, man.
Thanks, man. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you too.
Stay Awake Squadcast. Number 4. Chiptune artist, Czoft. That was fire, dude. That was fire, dude. That was that had to be one of the coolest things happening on Twitch, dude. That set, dude, that he put down, those songs were dank. And he was playing through his audio interface through Discord dude, he had a setup, man. He was ready to play a show. He was in the kitchen, partying. Czoft, everybody, Czoft.